Nvidia keeps sacrificing gamers in the name of higher profits. I'm not gonna lie. I wish you the best, Nvidia. I hope that you succeed. Because if you don't, I will remember. I think a lot of people will remember, and we will not forgive. Because you will be replaced by someone by the time that this shit show comes to an end. So you have only one chance, and that is hope that this thing works well and it doesn't combust on itself.
Now, look, normally I'm someone who's all in favor of a technology like DLSS, which basically allows less powerful
He is a corporate shill at the end of the day.
devices to achieve pretty good graphics fidelity with some compromises here and there, but what it can output when done right can be really beneficial. And then there's when DLSS is implemented in all of the wrong ways, and that's what we're seeing with the latest version of DLSS, DLSS 5, whose showcase has caused what I can see as near universal backlash and negative reception. So right here we have the announcement from Nvidia itself announcing Nvidia DLSS 5, an AI-powered breakthrough in visual fidelity.
8 million views. That's a lot of views. 28k likes? That's not a lot of likes.
For games coming
That's not even a lot of retweets. And only 12k comments? Well, it's not like people are trying to ratio it, but needless to say, boys, listen. I understand nothing about technology. I have no idea how computers work. I don't think they should honestly work because it just doesn't make sense to me. But even I understand that DLSS is a little bit over the top and shit. And most people seem to agree with that. So, again, good luck, Nvidia.
Fall. DLSS 5 infuses pixels with photorealistic lighting and materials, bridging the gap between rendering and reality. So, let's take a look at the showcase that they highlighted here and why it's actually garnering as much backlash as it is. So, here we go. So right here we have DLSS 5 off.
Okay.
And then that's DLSS 5 on.
Okay.
Pausing this
I
frame
do see
right
a
here.
difference.
This looks like one of those AI-generated images. AI-generated images just all have a very specific look. They have that very plasticky, mannequin-like look to them that's very homogenized when it comes to realistic AI images. And this is just literally that. I mean, we compare the original model to this one, and you can see, like, they're not even really the same character. Her facial features are different enough where it doesn't really even look like Grace. It looks like one of those Photoshops of, like, this is how I would make Grace more attractive kind of fan edits. It looks more like that than, like, an enhanced version of the original work. It literally...
To be fair, absolutely based. Grace is already good enough looking, I'm not gonna lie, but I would not say it would be a bad thing if she got a little bit of improvements, even though I think she's completely fine now, but I would like to see how they would do it.
Changes, like, the artistic intent of the original character. They're not the same artwork, you know what I mean? You can tell this is basically just like an AI filter on top that, sure, gives it a sense of more lighting, better lighting, more graphics, more realism or whatever, but there's just such a sense of uncanny valley here of, like, this is not the character who we saw in the original game without these effects turned on. These effects ultimately serve as a detriment to the artistic intention of this game. This continues.
Now, this is a tough position for me personally, honestly, because respecting artists and hating AI, I love hating in AI, and I do not respect artists in the slightest. So, I'm between a rock and a hard place. If I respect artists, that's bad, but we do get to shaft AI. If we support AI in this endeavor, we do get to, shaft the artists. So, it's a give and take type of thing, which is really hard.
Same with Leon. Like, they prettied him up a little bit and added some more...
Yeah, I think, dude, I definitely... The face just here and the cheeks, that's all that AI does.
Scruff, that, again, all this gives the impression of, like, yeah, more realistic, but with that AI.
Wow, this is definitely what you expect from a AI made video. Holy shit. That's bad. The first ones were at least okay-ish. Not the dream, but man.
Plasticiness and mannequinness that is impossible to get over. Like,
Yeah, this is AI slop at its finest.
it screams homogenized AI generated
Okay, this is Starfield. This cannot get worse.
imagery.
It got better! It actually got better! Oh my god! You can't make this up. You can't make this up. It actually got better. At least in the case of Starfield, the face got betterish.
I mean, look at this.
Holy... Man. Every game you apply this to, the AI loses. Apply it to Starfield, suddenly it's an improvement. Man, Bethesda's really just that bad. Again?
It's realism that just feels off.
Oh, okay, now this is like fucking really bad though. Okay, the first one was okay, but this is really bad. Saved, Starfield saved.
And it looks like every other AI video. Every other realistic AI video.
I think a lot of it has to do, honestly, with just the lighting and bloom on the face for no reason.
And this, folks, is why artistic direction is important, why artistic cohesion is important. Just making everything more quote-unquote realistic doesn't pave the road necessarily for something that overall actually looks better. It's a direction that Nvidia is heading in with DLSS that doesn't bring a whole lot of comfort for the future of this technology and what it should be used for. Now, while we're on the topic of comfort, that brings us to the sponsor of today's video, this chair right here, Sihu, makers of ergonomic
No.
a 3-year warranty.
No.
All right, so back to the topic at hand. Let's look at some other DLSS 5 spotlights that NVIDIA has been posting since the announcement. Right here we have, check out the Zora technology demo with NVIDIA DLSS 5. And here's what that looks like.
Wow. It's actually worse, huh? Again. And this
Again,
one's
it homogenizes everything to that
yeah, it's just no.
classic.
This one there's barely a difference, honestly, but okay.
Plasticky AI look that makes all of these games kind of look the same. You know, whatever
The grapes look better.
style Resident Evil had, whatever style this game had, all of it becomes very similar, and they all feel like they're cut from the same cloth. That's how all of like realistic AI imagery ultimately feels. And then here we have the Starfield showcase, and
Well, they are cut from the same cloth. That's kind of the way this fucking works. Okay, yeah. You got AI accumulating data, then it does a thing, and then it gets rewarded or punished based on the thing. And then the moment it starts going in the direction of we're good, then it starts looping and doing whatever the hell this is.
I mean, this right here especially, this literally looks like every AI thumbnail I've ever seen when I just freeze this frame.
Bro. Imagine the situation is so bad even Young is right about something. Oof, that's a world I do not want to live in.
There's just something about this that
This one's a bit better. This one's okay-ish. Wait, is this because Starfield has some attention put into NPCs that you're supposed to actually have longer conversations with? And the rando NPCs are less polished, and that's why they look better? Because this is a random NPC. The one that looks like ass, this one right here, is actually an NPC you do talk to multiple times.
know in your heart of hearts doesn't look quite right. The level of realism just doesn't match the level of fidelity on display, like in terms of animation and all of that.
For the last one, this one, the face is literally just off.
Right.
Yeah, there's something just completely off about it. It doesn't even seem real. It seems like he's in a constipated position and looking into your soul at the same time.
The level of realism just doesn't match the level of fidelity on display, like in terms of animation and all of that. And there's just this sense that like something is lost artistically, like that was brushed over with this
Yeah, something definitely is lost, like a world without tank tops. Young, you cannot fucking pull that shit off. Like, come on. every single video where we watch Young, people are commenting, why is he wearing a tank? Good question. I also would like to know, but he never answers.
Layer of paint that is the same layer of paint that every other AI imagery uses. The backlash has already been insane. I mean, this video right here has already garnered 16 million views, and it has only been a couple hours since it went live, and you've got
Imagine playing a slop game, but now you have an AI slop filter on top of it.
top comments like this one with almost 50,000 likes saying, this looks horrifically bad. Nobody wants an AI slop filter on top of their games. Because ultimately, that's what this is. It's not take what exists, take the existing product and make it look better. It's layer on top of the product AI slop filters that makes it...
Okay, conspiracy theory time. The best time also. Nvidia is doing this just to practice AI and get AI data, because Nvidia will always tell you, hey, do you want to send us information to improve? And this is one of the things. This is one of the things they can actually check to improve their AI generation. Because there is no world where this is not gonna go into Nvidia's AI research. There is no world where this was probably not made with the explicit intent of furthering their AI goals.
Look more realistic, but also gives it a sense of uncanny valley, a sense of like plasticity and artificialness to it that actually like ruins the art direction. Here's somebody else who put it best. This is so disrespectful to the intentional art direction of devs. If they wanted to lean into the hyper-realism, they would, not to mention how drastically this changes key aspects of visuals like character features and so on, and Nvidia should immediately delete this nonsense. And all the while, Nvidia is getting developers to chime in and talk about how amazing this technology is, and frickin' Todd Howard out here trying to like...
Ah, good old Toddy boy.
Hype up DLSS 5 by saying the following.
Hey, Todd at Bethesda here. We have such a rich history pushing graphics with Nvidia going all the way back to Morrowind, that incredible water. And when they showed us DLSS 5 and we got it running in Starfield, it was amazing how it brought to life. We've played it. We can't wait for all of you to do so as well.
I mean, Todd Howard is known for over-marketing, for over-hyping stuff, so I guess he's back at it. No, Todd, I'm sorry. There's no way that Bethesda Game Studios sat down, looked at this, and went, wow, this is it. This is the future of graphics fidelity. Ain't no way you looked at this and thought, this looks way better than what artists can achieve without this filter on. Then again, Bethesda in recent years, as far as game releases...
You know what? I would give Todd props if he said Starfield was a failure. DLSS 5 is even worse than Starfield.
Hasn't been a leader in quality, so I don't know. Maybe they do think it looks better, but in my opinion, while graphics fidelity-wise, it looks better. In terms of the cohesion of the entire visual aesthetic, it looks so off. Scrolling down, you've got plenty of comments going, oh, no, Todd, no. Todd realizing he doesn't have to update the prehistoric creation engine because now he can simply fake good graphics with Snapchat filter. The insults are
nice.
Pretty substantial. The mockery surrounding this is not something to scoff at. In the comments section of that first video I showed you where they announced NVIDIA DLSS 5, you can see right here that all of the comments express nothing but disdain and disgust at NVIDIA's notion that what they showed is something worth celebrating. I mean, Samuel Dietz, who did Castlevania animation, said, fuck you and your AI slop filter, and all of the memes and all of the insults and mockery are in full force because people cannot believe just what a downgrade DLSS 5 is. I mean, sure, impressive from a technological standpoint.
Would probably work on LIS.
But in terms of, does it actually visually enhance the games that we play? Most would say, hell no. There's already an entire top...
Is this the thumbnail of the video? Man, I am not sure, but you know what, boys? I ain't leaving this behind, okay? DLSS, oh boys. There's a future for everything.
There's already an entire topic made by Twitter on this front that highlights all of the top posts and how every single one of them completely bashes this move on NVIDIA's part. Here's somebody showing footage of Unreal Engine 5 Mario and says, thanks, NVIDIA. Now every game I play can look like this, and it has that homogenized Unreal Engine 5 look. Like, artistically,
Oh, this
I mean,
is so
sure,
bad.
graphics fidelity-wise, again, it looks more realistic, but artistically, it doesn't actually look better than the Mario games that Nintendo's put out. More realistic, more pixels, more lighting doesn't necessarily equate to better
Being compared to Nintendo in quality is pretty bad.
overall visuals. A lot of people have been showing this image as what DLSS 5 basically is. You've got a blurry image of Obama, and the end result is something that really does not resemble Obama at all. And the quote tweets from Nvidia's announcement are pretty vicious. Here's another top comment that says, "Finally, pure slopium." I mean, it's just pure, unadulterated backlash, like across the board. It is just a complete bafflement and just complete need to dunk on this thing for the audacity to put this out and act like we gobble this up. I mean, hell, you've got Brian Catanzara, who's the VP of Applied Deep Learning Research at Nvidia, talking about how proud he is of DLSS 5 and all these things. You can see right
Well, of course he is. He needs to keep his job at the end of the day. What do you think? He's just gonna get himself fired over this?
here, he's getting utterly ratioed. 1.8 thousand likes versus, 2.8 thousand replies, and the viewership here is insane. And just about everyone calling this awful, abysmal dog shit, so on and so forth. Like, all people want is for DLSS to offer just better visual fidelity and to help with performance and to upscale some stuff, not to add a filter on top that completely replaces the look of the game. We've got journalists and content creators chiming in. Gamers Nexus came out and said DLSS 5 makes this look like an AI-generated dating profile picture used to scam an old person in another country. Just looks like every other AI-generated image of a person. That's what I'm saying.
Don't give them ideas. Well, at the end of the day, whatever. That was Young Yair, 10 out of 10. Have a nice day. Bye.